10 high-level business questions, 10 minutes to answer them. That's what this episode of Business Growth Secrets is all about. So raise your level of business acumen, understand business better, and let's dive straight in to this episode of Business Growth Secrets. Hey everybody, welcome back to Business Growth Secrets. I'm here with Chris, who is back by popular demand. Now, of course, most of you are listening to this on Spotify and Apple. We just started putting these episodes out on YouTube, and we're looking to help business owners. So make sure if you've got questions, you comment them away so we can start to help you and help you grow your businesses. And we'd really love to hear from you if you're enjoying the episodes and you're watching them on YouTube. Now, if you are listening on the podcast, because that's what our big listener base is, you too can head over to YouTube to actually go and get the visuals. Today, I'm with Chris. He is one handsome man, so you probably want to be seeing him visually as well, right?
I'm going to blush.
And what we're doing in this episode is we're taking 10 business questions. We're asking them quick fire. These are coming from our network, from people that have asked questions on Instagram and all over the place. And we're just taking 10. We're taking 1 minute per question to answer them up. Chris, do you want to take us in? Give us a frame. Let us know how it's going and we can jump right in.
Absolutely. So lots of questions coming from the community like they always do for Adam. We've got 10 fantastic questions here. Some are going to test you, but hey, look, we don't underestimate you anymore, do we?
I don't think they will.
Nah, we'll see how we get on. Should we jump straight in?
Let's go for it.
Okay, first question.
Got 1 minute, by the way.
1 minute.
We did this once before, but we did it in 20 seconds, and that was fast. We'll go with 1 minute just to give you some better clarity of answer, right? So this is the challenge. Go for it, buddy.
Set your clocks and timing. Okay, first question. What strategies do you use to prioritize tasks and manage your time effectively?
So a few. Time blocking is one. Every successful person that I've ever met in my life runs their calendar, their diary with absolute precision. One of the things my PA, and you might not have the luxury of a PA, and if you don't, I'll tell you what to do, but my PA every single day will send me my calendar before I start. This is what you've got to do for the day. I walk into the office knowing what I've got lined up, knowing what I'm doing, and that helps me. Now, you might go, well, I haven't got a PA and I can't afford a PA, etc., etc. Well, then you have to make sure that you start your day either the night before, where you write out what you're doing, you've got a clear plan of your objectives for the next day, or you get in nice and early and you do that first thing. I think one of the worst mistakes that you can make is to walk into your business, walk into your office without knowing what you've got to do for the day. So for me, time blocking, Absolutely. Calendar management, discipline are the different strategies I use to manage myself.
Everyone's getting busier, everyone's got less time.
Exactly.
Great tips. Okay, next question.
Easy,
he's done that well. Next question. How do you measure the success of a new product launch? So big time pivot there. How do you measure the success of a new product launch?
I can answer this one very, very quickly.
Here we go.
I measure it in cha-ching.
Fair enough. Okay.
If it's either making money or it ain't,
has it
right?
made profit?
Yeah. Have we gone out and have we sold tons of product or have we not? Because when you say product launch to me, I'm looking at launching to the database, launching to our clients a new product, a new service, and I'll be measuring it in two ways. How many leads have we generated? How many sales have we made? And if we haven't generated leads and we haven't made sales, we've obviously made an error in our product creation, in our analysis of the target market and the offer that we've got for our database, for our target market. Yeah. And if we launch into market, we need to launch to sales. And that's it. So we get proof of basically product launch, business launch, whatever way you want to put it, you are looking for proof of concept as fast as humanly possible. Proof of concept is I create something, I take it to market, people say yes, now we have product to market fit, bang. That's what I do.
So yeah, great reaction from the audience. Sales, yeah, it's all about that.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
And by the way, if you're a business owner, that's how you should measure it too. And the problem is most people don't measure it. They're like, oh, I got some leads and it was okay. And like that is not going to pay the bills. It's not going to grow your business. It's not going to build your team. Measure it in money and leads.
Okay, great. Right. Done well there. So next question. What qualities do you believe are essential for effective leadership? I think everyone would benefit from a few tips from that point of view.
First of all, CEO or managing director, their job is to be in the future, right? That is the future is the job of the CEO, the managing director, which means you have to have vision. If everybody else is working in the present, then you have to be in the future. So you have to be able to see the path, chart the path, and bring your organization on the journey. And for me, that's a really important part of leadership. Your operations are in the day to day, and your finance team are working in the past because they're looking back at what's happened. And I think if you see it like that, as a leader, you should be preparing the vision, stating the vision, and driving people towards the vision. And that's nice.
You're future-proofing the business.
Yeah, basically, you are in the future as the leader,
Yeah.
and then you've got to create the culture. You've got to look at two things. What business am I today? What business am I going to be tomorrow? And what a lot of business owners do wrong that are not leaders is they focus on the business they are today. They work into the day-to-day. They work in pulling up the weeds, and they're very much down in the dirt. Whereas as that leader, we're working in the future and saying this is where we're traveling towards, and you're taking your whole team with you. That means you've got to be a good communicator. It means you've got to have a good vision. It means that you need to be able to motivate people, drive people, explain that vision, and do that in a way that everyone wants to come on that journey with you.
Sounds good. Sounds great. Some great tips there. Okay, next question, quick fire. How do you handle conflict resolution within your team?
Right, so I'm very direct. I think it's good to be direct.
He is very direct.
No, but I think a lot of people waste a lot of time not being direct and jumping around. Now the problem is not all your team will be able to handle that directness. Sometimes they will find that difficult. There is no doubt. But there's a couple of things with my directness. One, you always know where you stand with me, and two, if I'm in a bad mood,
right.
if I'm in a bad mood, it don't last forever, right? So like literally,
that's also true. Yeah,
I can move on very, very quickly, but I have to communicate. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that is the best way. You want people on your management team that are able to handle conflict in slightly different ways as well. My style as a business owner is to be direct, to address the problems quickly, and have those direct conversations, which I think is important. But I think that the answer to this question is that everybody has a different style. But if you are avoiding conversations, if you are avoiding having conversations with people that are difficult, that is going to end up catching up with you, and that's going to end up causing you problems. So a little bit of directness in everybody is a good thing.
So address it quickly, address it directly. Don't let it fester.
100%.
Just deal with it.
That's a good summary, yeah.
Okay, excellent. Right, so next question. This is a good one. So what are the key factors to consider when scaling a business? You're through the growth phase, you want to scale. What do you need to consider?
So one of my good friends has a little saying, which is you can't scale mess. And I think that is really important. Okay. And I think that is where a lot of people go wrong. And look, I've built multiple businesses, and some of them I have scaled mess, and it ends up causing you problems, right? So what you have to do is when you scale, I've had the benefit of having a great coach and mentor in Sarah for a number of years, and Michael that I've been working with. And one of the things that they've taught me about scaling, which has really helped me, is everything needs to be simple. Everything needs to be replicable. So when you are letting the rocket ship shoot to the moon, you've got to let go of the baggage that you're carrying and make sure that you're charting a simple journey. And for me, scaling a business, simple, replicable, and not messy. Make sure you tied it up before you go to the next level.
Streamline your processes, your systems. Yeah, okay, got you. Sounds good.
I think a lot of people don't do that, Chris, right? So, and the fact that they don't do it, it comes back to bite them.
Yeah.
So important.
A small mess becomes a bigger mess.
Exactly.
Okay, so next question. How do you stay updated with industry trends and developments? I think there's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of different ways you can do that. How do you do it?
So I choose subject matter and I go deep on subject matter. So for example, in any given time, like last year, I realized that I needed to spend a lot more time on leadership. So I researched, I listened, I watched, and I consumed everything I could on leadership. Now, at the time I was consuming on leadership, I wasn't consuming anything else. I was just consuming that, because that focus allows that leadership to really embed and then practice the lessons, and you can run with that. For example, professional speaking. I'm a professional speaker. I love that topic. I love learning. I love training. I love every facet of professional speaking, and I'm always in that subject. What I try to do is pick one and focus. And I think that is the way to do it, rather than pick 3 to 4 and learn at a surface level. I would rather than learn at a surface level, I'd rather pick one and go deep. So don't go wide, go deep. And hopefully
So for you, it's a lot about looking at yourself and how you can benefit this company as well as yourself personally, and you will deep dive on that.
What's the thing that I need
rather
to do?
than focus so much on trends or whatever.
Yeah,
it's for personal development, really.
Yeah, trends. Like AI is a trend, right? But if I'm gonna, and when AI first started emerging, I went deep into that, deep, and I still stay up to date with AI. But there are other areas of the business as well that I'm focusing in different areas. So look, I think the problem is, so now I've definitely gone over a minute on this one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's my fault.
But it's important. It's important. People can go down the rabbit hole with stuff. Make sure what you're going down the rabbit hole with is going to, really give you massive leverage and massive gain. There's no point going down the rabbit hole for the sake of going down the rabbit hole. If you are going to go down the rabbit hole and you're going to master something, what you master must give you lift off.
None of this doom scrolling that people might call it.
So we've got to get lift off out of, and we've got to get leverage,
some value from it.
In order to maximise. That's what I would say.
Okay. Well, I mean, the question was about trends and development, so that's definitely answered that. Okay. What role does company culture play in business success?
Yeah, really big role. Startup stage, not so much, because at startup stage, it's 90% you, the entrepreneur, 10% other people. It is pretty much a get it done mentality, right? And that's what you need at the startup stage. In the growth stage, you need to transition from you doing everything to it being 50-50. You're doing 50% of the work, the team's doing 50% of the work. At the scale stage, the team's doing 90% and you're doing 10%. And that's where the culture comes in, when you're actually at that scale stage, and that's where it becomes imperative. But people need to do the right thing at the right time to get the right result, and a lot of people don't do that, and that's why they don't get the right result. So at scale, it's crucial. At startup, it's almost irrelevant.
Okay.
So it's more of a timing thing, right?
Absolutely.
And I think hopefully that can help people, because that's another rabbit hole. So you go down the culture rabbit hole and you've got 4 people in your office. You're wasting your time.
Yeah.
You want to get the culture up, go and take them out for a drink and have a chat. You don't need to, be at 4, you and 3 people, putting stuff up on the wall and, doing all crazy stuff. What you need to do is you need to make some more money so you can grow your team.
Okay. Yeah.
Hopefully that makes
Sounds
sense.
good. Right? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Okay. So, how do you approach customer feedback and implement changes based on it? So for us, that's really important, customer feedback. How do we implement changes?
We first of all have a tribal mentality to the way the business is run. Is that we love our customers, they love us. We spend lots of time with them. We listen to them. We implement based off of what they want, because we know that what they're telling us is going to improve our products, improve our services. So we're always listening. What I don't listen to though is, and this is a little bit, is I don't listen to people that are not. So what you're going to do in certain industries is you might have someone comment on an ad, this is rubbish and this is no good or whatever. They've never ever been. They've never ever done it. They've never bought anything. They're just somebody that has a skepticism towards personal development, per se. And I don't care about that customer feedback. What I care about is the feedback of the clients that we're coaching, the businesses that we're helping, what their experience is like. So I care about the people that are working with us and what their opinions are. What I don't care about is people's opinions that haven't used our products or service.
So it's the opinions of people that have engaged with us, that have got lived experience.
Yeah, 100%. Because you can go and you can do a ton of customer research, but the customer research you need to do is off the people you actually serve. Because then, because they're your next people are going to be like them.
Yep.
So that's how. So you want to look at your best people and get them to give you feedback, because what you're essentially trying to do is replicate your best people. I think that's gone over a minute as well.
Yeah, it probably has.
So we're not going quite as quick fire on today.
Look,
we'll get a timer up for the next episode.
We'll do some quick ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so what methods do you use to evaluate the performance of your employees? That's a good one for us all in the room, isn't it?
Yeah. Regular meetings, regular reviews, all the standard stuff, but just communication.
Okay.
I think communication is the best way. Make sure that you're speaking. A job well done needs a big thumbs up. A job not so well done also needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
And incentives need to be in place for people to be able to grow. Pretty standard stuff, really.
Okay, no problems there. Okay, and how do you balance short-term goals with long-term strategic planning?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
So every year I will sit down with my coaches, Sarah, Michael, you've been a part of that process, Chris, and we will plan out the entire year based off of zero-based thinking. If we were starting again today, what do we want to achieve in the next 12 months? And literally we will map out that vision of what we're going to achieve in the next 12 months. And then we will write a budget based on the next 12 months of how we're going to move towards that on a monthly basis. That's how we do it. That's how I've always done it. 12 months is a period you can control. 24 months, 36 months, 48 months is not a period you can control. So we work off of 12 months and zero-based thinking.
Okay, zero-based thinking, big takeaway there. Great. That's my last question.
Yeah, brilliant. Well, look, I don't quite know how long that one lasted, but there was a lot of different aspects there. Now, these questions are coming in from people in our school groups. We have a school entrepreneurs group that called Big Business Entrepreneurs. You can go over there. You can join. They're coming in from Instagram. They're coming in from Facebook. They're coming in from everywhere, from YouTube.
Yeah.
Wherever you're consuming, whether you're listening, whether you're watching, if you have a question that you want answered, you want some help, you want some support in your business, perhaps you feel like you don't know who to turn to, you're saying to yourself, oh my God, how am I going to sort this problem out? Well, then look, if you want to see different results, then go and comment right now. Send in your question. We'd be more than happy to help you. Want to help businesses grow. That is what this is all about. And of course, if this has been really, really great value for you and you've enjoyed the episode and you're still here, you've watched all the way through, then clearly you have, or you listened all the way through, then we would absolutely love it if you could go and give this podcast a review, whether that's on iTunes or Spotify, or if you're watching on YouTube, just go and leave a comment and tell us you enjoyed. And we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Business Growth Secrets.